Is Dame clutch?
I don't think he's clutch. No.
Why don't you think he's clutch, Mars?
Because I've seen this guy in the playoffs outside the first round, and there's been zero clutch.
Well, okay, so we talked about the Denver series.
Regular season clutch and first round postseason a couple times clutch is not enough to be considered clutch to me. Damian Lillard, by most fans, is considered the most clutch player in the NBA.
Player in the game. He said that. He said I'm the clutchest player in the game.
Most clutch player in the NBA. We'd expect him to show up in the clutch in the playoffs.
And I think that we misunderstand what clutch is. That's the thing that I think we misunderstand. Making a big shot in the meat and potatoes of the game. That does constitute as clutch. But there's so many other things that make you clutch, right?
He has done none of them.
So with Damian Lillard, why you keep saying he did none of them? Ticket. How many guys in this decade have ended team seasons with shots to end the play? With shots to end their playoff season.
If the topic was about first round performances, yeah, Damian.
Even if that's true, Mars, let's just say for the sake of argument, it's a first round performance. Is it the playoffs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Was it clutch that he did that?
Yes.
Right. So that is clutch.
So he's considered the most clutch player in the NBA.
Let's discuss.
So we have to hold you to those sort of standards. If that's what we're considered to be.
Wait.
But of course. But when we talking about
my bad, Joe. Why are you putting other people's opinions on our arguments? Nobody up here is saying that. So don't even bring that up. Nobody.
On this platform, we spoke about most clutch players, and Damian Lillard's always getting mentioned. So that's not true.
Thank you, Mars.
That's a lie.
In the league today.
Yes, we spoke about most clutch players in the NBA today, and the names that come up is LeBron James, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving. Those are the names that come up. So that's not true. On this platform, it's been said.
Okay,
Go
ahead, Dub. I'm sorry.
But you're bringing up all these other guys. You can't dismiss. Is Dame clutch?
I don't think he's clutch. No.
Why don't you think he's clutch, Mars?
Because I've seen this guy in the playoffs outside the first round, and there's been zero clutch.
Well, okay, zero. So we talked about the Denver series.
Regular season clutch and first round postseason a couple times clutch is not enough to be considered clutch to me.
So we're talking about the Denver series, which Ticket brought up, that CJ McCollum carried. I'm just having a difficult time with a guy that's averaging. I think Dame averaged.
CJ carried. I think CJ.
That's what I'm talking about.
He outplayed him. CJ played better. Carried.
He may be, but I'm just having a difficult time with a guy who averaged. I think he averaged like 25 and 8 in that series, something like that. But he was terrible. And he did have a bad game, I think. And in that game 7, there's a reason why CJ carried them. And I don't know if you watched the game, Ticket, but the reason why CJ carried them, because CJ number was called 4 or 5 straight trips. You know why? Because he was cooking Jamal Murray ass. So you know what you do as a coach? When somebody got it going in the meat and potatoes of the game, you dial their number again. And if I'm not mistaken, Jamal Murray was toast out there. That's why they kept calling CJ McCollum's number. Not because Damian Lillard didn't have it going, because CJ McCollum had his ass in a
plane. Definitely didn't have it going.
Hold on. You lying.
It wasn't just because he had it going. CJ McCollum had Jamal Murray ass in a blender.
What did Dame do that game? What was that? Hold on. Why did he call CJ's number over Dame?
Forget what Dame did. There's a reason why he called CJ McCollum's number.
Hey, Mars, he want us to forget what Dame did.
No, we're not going to.
That's what he want us to forget, Mars.
Hold on. No, we're not.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. If there was any other superstar who had a teammate who had like 40 in the game 7, a teammate who's never been an all-star, by the way, a teammate who's never been held in that high regard, a teammate who's never been a top 20 player, if any other player shot like 3 for 16 or whatever he shot in a game 7, and had his teammate bail him out, and they won, they'd get crucified. But Damian Lillard gets praised for the series.
He doesn't. No, he does not.
Nobody praised him in that series.
If he gets praised for making the conference finals, what would that mean? That means he gets praised for the first 2 rounds.
Nobody praises him for that Denver Nuggets series. I don't know.
Nobody.
Use your brain. If you get praised for making the conference finals, the first 2 rounds would mean what? You're getting praised for that.
You're choosing your words
as a unit.
Terribly. You're saying
Dame's the one who gets praised for it.
Stop. You said
no one ain't ever gone. You know what? Rodney Hood praised for making the 2019 conference finals. No one's done that.
No,
it's Dame.
Cut it out, because you're capping.
It's Dame.
You're capping. Nobody goes like, oh my God, Damian Lillard in that Denver Nuggets series plays so well. No, anytime
when what I said.
I know what you said. You're context bending, so stop fucking context bending.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Dub.
Nobody sits here and says, oh yeah, Dame plays so well in that Denver Nuggets series, and that's why they made the Western Conference Finals.
Nobody.
Do they say yeah, they made the Western Conference Finals? Yes, they don't praise him for that series though. They just acknowledge it. So please cut it out.
Are you done?
What you got, Mars? What you got, Mars?
When I said Dame gets praised for making the conference finals, when you get praised for making the conference finals, the same way Jimmy Butler got praised for making the finals, despite the fact he wasn't great against Boston and he wasn't great against the Knicks, Jimmy Butler gets the praise for the Heat making the finals. Damian Lillard got praised for the Portland Trailblazers making the conference finals, despite the fact he wasn't the best player in the second round. That's what I said. He's getting praised for the first 2 rounds, despite the fact in the second round he wasn't the best player on the team. The same way Jimmy Butler gets praised for making the finals when he wasn't the best player or wasn't performing at an all-time great level in the second and conference finals this year. That's what it meant when I said he gets praised for that.
But
again, that's what I meant. So now you understand what I meant, and you can call that context bending if you want. But now you understand what I meant when I said he gets praised.
I know what you said.
Okay. Now that makes sense.
Same way
100%.
Wait. Let Chill go.
Mars, that absolutely makes sense.
You don't want to get cooked by Mars? Put Chill on the big screen with Mars. Let him get cooked by my tag team partner. Put Chill on the big screen.
But what we're not going to do is we're not going to act like Damian Lillard was just okay in that series. He did average 25 a game, Mars, and he had a lot to do with them winning 4 of those games. It wasn't like he was not there the entire series. There's a reason why he didn't get praised like he did in the first round. He did get praised because they did win 4 games. Not like they won those 4 games without him. He did have a lot to do with them winning that series.
Yeah, I mean,
and he wasn't completely he didn't completely lay an egg in that series. Yes, he was not very good. I believe he went like 4 for 18 in game 7, something like that. It was bad. And again, I'm referencing the point of CJ McCollum, not just because CJ McCollum saved him, but the fact that CJ McCollum had a Jamal Murray on him who couldn't do anything with him. And when you get a guy on you who has it going, you go to him. That's just basketball. And CJ McCollum had it going, and he absolutely helped them win the series. However, we're talking about the other 3 games where Damian Lillard was good enough for them to win. Because if you take Damian Lillard's production off the board, they do not win that series. So there's a reason why he does get credit for that. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to completely eliminate from him for that.
Using the 25 points a game when you're taking like 22
shots. Cook this.
Cool. He scored 25, but when you're taking 22 shots a game and like 7 free throws, it's like, okay, well, you're taking 28 shots to try to get 25. So that's not exact. Like just saying 25.
So now we're talking about efficiency now. So now we're talking about
saying 25 and 8 sounds cool. Saying 25 and 8 sounds cool. It's like, oh yeah, on paper 25 and 8 is great. But when you're taking that many shots to get the 25 and 8, how valuable really is the 25 and 8? Like it's not as high of a level as the 25 and 8 sounds.
So if that's true, Mars, then we got to do that.
Especially when you're the worst defensive player on the floor as well.
Lamar,
taking the most shots on the floor and being the worst defender, it's like, I don't know how much value you're in.
That is a fair point, Mars. So if you're going to do that, then you have to do that with everybody that you praise. So you got to do that with the guys that you think are awesome.
Yes, I'm consistent. I do.
I just want to make sure.
There's no one that I'm praising for putting up 25 and 8. Like,
I just want to make sure that you do that with everybody because again, we're talking about a guy. Even though those 25 shots that he took, it's important that he did that. Otherwise, they're not moving on to the Western Conference Finals. And when they move on to the Western Conference Finals, even though they're up in these games, Steph Curry was just better. Why can't we just accept the fact that sometimes guys are just better? As good as Damian Lillard is, sometimes Steph Curry was just better in that series. No matter what we try to say, no matter what we try to put on Damian, Lillard, Steph Curry was just better than him. Period. And he was better than him in 2016, even though he only played half the series. He still was better.
Enjoy, wait,